McDonald's Star Trek meal. Parents, take a good look. It's the only meal approved for your kids by the United Federation of Planets. Outside, the Enterprise, action, intrigue. 5 exciting boxes based on Star Trek, the motion picture. Inside, a regular hamburger, fries, soft drink, a McDonald and cookie sampler, and a Star Trek prize. Star Trek meal, games, jokes, puzzles. Your kids will love them. McDonald's Star Trek meal.
This is the command center of the USS Enterprise from the Star Trek collection. Assembly required.
Hey, look, there's Captain Kirk and Commander Deckard and Officer Ilea.
There's also the Vulcan shuttle with docking port. You can put in Scotty, Spock, and Dr. McCoy. Bridge, shuttle, and action figures each sold separately.
Wow, the crew goes back and forth.
Vulcan shuttle, USS Enterprise bridge, and figures, all sold separately by Mego.
This is the exploration pod of the USS Enterprise, part of the Star Trek collection, sold separately. This is the Klingon cruiser and the Vulcan shuttle. Vulcan shuttle's a breakaway cockpit. You can pretend they battled through space as you send the Enterprise to the rescue. USS Enterprise, Klingon cruiser and Vulcan shuttle from the Star collection, each sold separately by Mego.
Small enough to fit on your wrist. But open the secret lid, activate the hidden energy pack, and...
Calling Spock.
The Star
Calling
Trek wrist
Spock.
communicator,
Calling
9-volt
Spock.
battery not included.
Spock here. What's up, Captain? Enterprise is lost. I need help. Keep talking. I'll zero in on you. You're coming in loud and clear. Okay, Captain. I've got you spotted. I'm signing off.
Star Trek wrist communicators, 2 to a set. Enterprise sold separately by Mego.
Hey, fellow Star Trek fans. I hope you enjoyed the little trip down memory lane, those commercials. Star Trek the Motion Picture came out in 1979, and for the most part, those commercials were in the 70s. 1979, maybe one from the 80s, I'm not sure. But I remember the Happy Meal. After I had gone to see Star Trek the Motion Picture, we had gone to McDonald's, and I had gotten a Star Trek the Motion Picture Happy Meal, and it was just amazing. I loved it. And I remember I had always loved the Enterprise, but when I went to see the movie and I saw the refit on the big screen, I was just blown away. Completely blown away. So, to keep it going down memory lane and rekindle our childhood, I've got something to show you that's real. You're going to love this. When I remember Mars candy bars had a little promotion, and it was a giveaway. I don't know how many wrappers that you sent away. I'll put up the information on the screen, the pictures, if I find it. But if you had sent in some wrappers from a candy bar, you could actually get a mobile to hang up. It was cardboard, and you punched it out, and you could get it in the mail. And I remember when I was a kid, I was so excited I had mailed away for it, and I had gotten it in the mail. I actually have one today. This is so amazing because I actually got it, and the envelope is still sealed. The envelope, it came in the mail. So let me set up the camera onto a tripod, and we'll take it out of the box. All right, so I took it out of the package that I got it in, and as you can see the logo up on top, the Star Trek Action Fleet. I put a piece of tape over the person's address. I'll put up some pictures of it so you can see it better. Star Trek Action Fleet. And this is 1979 Paramount Pictures. And you see there's nothing on the back. And you can see it's actually still sealed. It was put away in a closet and it was never opened. This is amazing. So, if you've ever seen this on the internet and you've wondered what it comes with or what's actually inside, and you know, people put things up, there could be things missing, and they could say it was sealed, but you just never know. This one you can absolutely guaranteed it still seals. So whatever it comes with in here is what it actually came with. Nothing more, nothing less. So what I'm going to try to figure out how to do is I got to figure out how to open up the back. Now I got a butter knife. I'm hoping that I'll be able to pry it gently without ripping it. Oh, I was able to get it all but one section where it was really, really glued down. Now that's unfortunate. I was really hoping to get the flap off intact. But, all right, let's see what's inside. Oh, this is so cool. All right. Let's put this up over here. Now, is that going to stay? Ah, look, it's so cool. It even comes with it comes with the string. That is just really cool. And this is from 1979 for the Mobile. Now I looked online and I was trying to absolutely see if there was any that were already completed. I couldn't find any of them that were completed. This one is in such good condition I don't want to make it, but if I can find one used that's a little bit beat up, then I will make it for you guys just to show you what it looks like. Make sure you can see. All right, the first thing is to read this first. And yes, I will put up a lot of pictures. Before assembling your Star Trek action fleet, follow the instructions carefully. Do part 1 of a ship, and then do part 2, and so on. As you press out the parts, clean out the slots and holes. Always fold to plain side. When inserting tabs into slots, make sure the flap width slot is inside, and it shows you an example. Start with crossbar pieces and do the work bee and travel pod next. Assemble the Vulcan shuttle, finish the other ships, and use a ruler to measure your string. Have fun and learn about outer space. And it shows you a finished Mobile. So you got a Klingon cruiser, the Vulcan shuttle, the travel pod, the work bee, and the USS Enterprise. Now I remember this as a kid, but I just couldn't remember if I had gotten this from McDonald's or something like that. But seeing some of the stuff brought back the memories, and I remembered sending away for this. 5 wrappers from Milky Way. Snickers, 3 Musketeer bars, M&M's, chocolate candies, or Twix, or Summit. Summit, do they even make that anymore? Shows you the address to send it to, along with $1.50 with the wrappers. And on the bottom you can see that 1979 date. All right, so that's the first thing that you get. Put that aside. The second thing it shows the specifics of the Vulcan shuttle. This is pretty cool. It shows the overall length is 163 feet, the draft is 42.5 feet, and the beam is 87.5 feet. The capacity of the crew, a standard crew is 14. Well, excuse me, the capacity of the ship is 14 and a standard crew of 4. The propulsion is impulse, subatomic unified energy, warp dilithium energized antimatter. So it's got actually, these do warp. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a shuttle. Maximum speed of warp 4. It's got 3 phaser banks. I didn't know that either. I didn't. Star Trek the Motion Picture doesn't imply that it's using weapons at all. The defense, the primary force field, and it's got a cloaking device. Are you kidding? How many of you out there knew that the Vulcan shuttle had a cloaking device? And it shows you the specifications of the shuttle. That's really cool. Next, we got the Klingon cruiser. The Klingon cruiser, the heavy cruiser. Overall length is 703 feet. The overall draft is 188 feet. The overall beam is 500 feet. The crew would be 385 standard. You've got 10 officers and 375 enlisted men. The propulsion is impulse engines, hydrogen energy, and the warp drive with the lithium crystals. It does a maximum speed of warp factor 10, and the weapons 8 sonic disruptor mounts and 2 photon tubes, 20 torpedoes. It has the deflector plates and the cloaking device. You can see pretty cool pictures of the Klingon battle cruiser. And again, tons of pictures for you guys. Oh, this actually opens up. So what's next after that? Alright, so next you have the worker bee. It looks so huge compared, I'm doing a 1/350 scale Enterprise and it's so small. The support craft, the length is 9 feet, the draft is 4.29 feet, and the beam is 4 feet. Crew of 1. It's propelled by particle beam generators, reaction control thrusters. Maximum speed, 100 kph. No weapons, no defense. It shows you the views. And what we have next is the travel pod. You remember Mr. Scott took Admiral Kirk back to the Enterprise in this. Length is 14.38 feet and the draft is 9 feet. The beam is 10.83 feet. The capacity is 4 with 1 crew member. Particle beam generators, reaction control thrusters as the propulsion, and 350 kph. No weapons and no defense. You can see the really nice. Oh, so we're coming over to my favorite part. We've got the USS Enterprise, and you see that absolutely gorgeous shot from Star Trek the Motion Picture, the refit. The USS Enterprise, Starship Enterprise class. Of course, we know it is a Constitution class. The overall length is 1,000 feet, the draft is 234 feet, and the beam is 465 feet. The crew, standard of 500 with 72 officers and 420 enlisted men. The propulsion is the impulse drive, subatomic unified energy, and a warp drive, dilithium energized antimatter. Dilithium crystals power that. Maximum speed of warp factor 12. The weapons, 12 phaser banks, 18 phasers, 2 photon torpedo tubes with 20 torpedoes. The defense is the primary force field, deflector shields, and a cloaking device. Are you kidding? Well, if you remember, in Star Trek, the original series, the Enterprise incident, the Starfleet was trying to get the cloaking device, and they sent Captain Kirk undercover. And he actually gets captured by a Romulan commander, and they actually do end up getting the cloaking device. So that's interesting that they would give the Enterprise the cloaking device, because later on in the treaties, the Federation was not allowed to have the cloaking device, although the Klingons and the Romulans were, so that doesn't seem very fair, but that's the way the treaty was drawn up. It shows you the crew, it says Captain James T. Kirk, but he was an admiral. Mr. Spock, Montgomery Scott, Mr. Scott, Scotty, Lieutenant Uhura. Dr. McCoy comes back, and you remember he had a full beard. Lieutenant Ilea, Commander Willard Decker, and we know him from, I believe it's his father, Commodore Decker, that's in the original series from a Doomsday Machine, who commanded the USS Constellation. And Mr. Sulu, Mr. Chekhov, and Dr. Christine Chapel, Nurse Chapel. Star Trek trademarks. So this is kind of like a poster, and this is really, I love it. I love it a lot. As you can see, there's nothing on the back, and it's a poster you could put up in your room. Give you all the information on all the ships you're about to build for the Mobile. All right, what do we got first? This is a cardboard piece. And this is the frame itself, or what they call the crossbars. The picture below shows how your Star Trek action fleet should look. To balance it, make sure the spaceships are attached to the correct holes as marked on the crossbars. It shows you the finished Star Trek action fleet Mobile. Again, I don't want to use this one. Punch out crossbars from sheet and holes, drawing. 1. Full tab, cover on itself, guiding tab through slot. You can see the directions. So if I do come across one that's a little bit more beat up, I mean, this one is in really good shape, and it was sealed, so everything that it comes with is going to be shown in this. If I can find one, absolutely, I want to make it for you guys, and I want to display it. So what's next? It looks like we have a travel pod. And you can see what the finished travel pod will look like. Drawing 1, fold and insert 2 tabs into slot A. Drawing 2, close rear of travel pod by inserting tabs. Pod in section of curved window. Tie a 9.5-inch string to the top of the travel pod and attach it to the hole in the crossbar. So you can see it shows you how to go about folding it. And let's see who's in there. Well, it was it was Mr. Scott who was bringing Admiral Kirk aboard. I don't know who that is. Actually, it looks like Ambassador Sarek, but it can't be him. So, you can see is at the bottom. And the detail in that is pretty nice. Again, I'm just dying to punch it out and make it, but I don't want to ruin this. Oh, and on the back, is there anything? Yeah, it's the same sheet. It's just folded. You can see the work bee, and that one actually has 2 parts, and it shows you how to make it. So this is the first one. It actually has 2 parts. And it's a 12.5-inch string to the top. And that's the worker bee. All right, what's next? This looks like, so all the cardboard is folded, and this is the Vulcan shuttle. We'll start with part 1. So this looks like it has 3 different parts. You can see the top and one of the, I don't know if you call them nacelles or the propulsion units. side. There's the other nacelle type part. You can see the finished Vulcan shuttle. Fold front and rear flaps under and insert tabs G into slots G. Tie a 10.5-inch string to the top of the Vulcan shuttle and attach to the hole in a crossbar. So that's Mr. Spock's shuttle, or what he ends up going to the Enterprise with. All right, what do we got now? Now we've got the Klingon battle cruiser. You see the detail is pretty wild. And let's see the other side. The other side has the Cobra head in the front. I love that opening scene. You can see the 3 Klingon cruisers as they go in to attack V'ger. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but the captain in the flagship, or the head Klingon ship, was actually Mark Leonard, Sarek. So he played Ambassador Sarek. He played a Romulan commander in Balance of Terror, and he was the Klingon in Star Trek The Motion Picture. And he's actually on the cover, I think it's him, the Star Trek, the 1350 Klingon battle cruiser that I had. I got that kit, and I'm really excited to make that. Yeah, I know, I've got so many kits that I want to make. Let's see. Show you a finish. I just don't want to keep unfolding it. There must be another part to it. Yep, there is. All right, so it's got another page, another sheet. It's the impulse drive, I think, the impulse deck. And it shows you how the front goes on. And it shows you the finished Klingon ship. All right, a 7-inch string this time. So, I'm thinking that the last ship, yep, the Enterprise, but this is the last piece of cardboard in the kit. So, here is the USS Enterprise. You could see the nacelle. And it's the same on the inside as it is the outside, so you can't tell if it's the starboard or port nacelle. USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. You can see the Aztecing, or a little bit of the Aztecing. Shows you how to make the bridge. And here's the other nacelle. Bottom of the primary hull. The sensor dome, you can see more of the partial Aztecing. Now for the ring around the saucer section, it shows you how it's going to go. And that's what it looks like. And now the other side. So the Klingon battle cruiser and the Enterprise each shared a half of a cardboard sheet. You can see how to fold the nacelles. Part of the deflector dish. And is that the saucer pylon? I believe so. and it takes a 15.5-inch string at the top. You can see the finished Enterprise. Really nice. It's just really amazing. This is really cool. Like I said, I really hope to get one that's at a good price, and I'm actually going to make it. And again, show you the string that it comes with, because I would absolutely love to make this for you guys and hang it up in my my Star Trek room, because I got like an area where I make my models and can work and display all my Star Trek stuff. So I'd love to hang it from the ceiling. But that, my friends, if you were curious about what came in this kit, this is from Star Trek The Motion Picture, 1979, and this was the Star Trek Action Fleet Mobile. So if you guys were curious about this, or you wanted to relive your childhood and wanted to remember what it came with, then I hope this satisfied your curiosity, and I thank you for watching. And until the next video, where I give you another little Star Trek goodie, I'll talk to you guys very, very soon.